power inside you right now could transform your life completely. It sits there, untapped, waiting for you to recognize it. Most people never access even a fraction of their true abilities. They walk through life using just 10 of their potential, leaving 90 buried beneath doubt, fear, and ignorance. You were born with capabilities far beyond what you currently show. Every great achievement in human history came from people who looked exactly like you on the outside, but made one crucial difference. They understood their power. Look at your hands. These same hands that now hold ordinary things could build extraordinary futures. The same mind reading these words could create ideas that change industries. The same heart beating in your chest could inspire thousands. Your greatness has nothing to do with where you were born, how much money you have, or what family raised you. Your power isn't determined by your circumstances, but by your response to them. And the difference between those who achieve greatness and those who remain average isn't talent. It's not luck. It's not connections. It's the decision to acknowledge and use the power already within them. You felt glimpses of this power. Those moments when you pushed beyond what you thought possible, when you spoke up despite your fear, when you continued despite wanting to quit, in those moments you touched the edge of your true capacity, but those weren't special moments. That power didn't come from somewhere outside you. It was simply you for a brief time using what was always there. What if you lived from that place of power every day? What if that became your norm? The reason you don't feel powerful isn't because you lack power. It's because you've accepted limitations that were never yours. You've believed the lies that say you're not enough, not capable. Today marks the death of those lies. Your power grows the moment you recognize it exists. Understanding that you possess untapped potential is the first step to using it. This isn't positive thinking or anti-motivation. This is the fundamental truth of your existence. You were designed to be powerful, created to make impact, built to achieve greatness. Not someday, not when everything aligns perfectly. Now today, with whatever you have, wherever you are, your power awaits your permission. You're created for a specific reason. Your life isn't random or accidental, but intentional and deliberate. There's something you're meant to do that nobody else can accomplish exactly as you can. This isn't spiritual talk, it's practical reality. Consider this. Out of countless possible genetic combinations, you emerged. The odds against your exact existence are astronomical, yet here you are. Such mathematical improbability suggests the purpose isn't just what makes you happy, though it often does. Purpose is where your unique abilities meet the world's genuine needs. It's the place where what you do matters deeply both to you and others. When you discover and align with your purpose, dormant abilities suddenly activate. People who find their purpose often display talents they never knew they possessed. The accountant discovers leadership skills. The shy person becomes an impactful communicator. The struggling student becomes an innovative entrepreneur. This happens because purpose provides the perfect context for your power. Like a key finding its lock, your abilities make sense within your purpose. Outside it, they may seem ordinary or irrelevant. Many lie powerless lives because they pursue what others expect rather than what they're designed for. They chase security instead of significance. They follow paths that lead to income but not impact. Finding your purpose begins with honest. Be you solve naturally. What work energizes rather than drains you? What needs do you notice that others overlook? What would you do even if nobody paid you? Where does your talent create the most value? The intersection of these answers reveals your purpose zone. This zone isn't always comfortable. Purpose often requires courage, but it always feels right. It feels like coming home to yourself. Purpose gives direction to your power. Without it, your abilities scatter like light without focus. With purpose, those same abilities concentrate like a laser, cutting through impossibilities. But purpose might not be what you expected. It rarely matches childhood fantasies exactly. But it always uses what's authentically you, including your struggles and pain. The very challenges that seem to limit you often become essential to your purpose. The childhood difficulty becomes the adult mission. The personal struggle becomes professional expertise. The wound becomes wisdom you share with others. Purpose doesn't always announce itself dramatically. Sometimes it whispers through consistent interests, natural talents, or recurring opportunities. Pay attention to patterns in your life. They often point toward purpose. Once discovered, purpose requires commitment. Half-hearted pursuit yields half-powered results. Total commitment to your purpose unleashes total power. I mean, your purpose isn't just about you. True purpose always extends beyond self-interest to serve others. The greatest power comes when your abilities solve meaningful problems for people who need what only you can provide. When purpose and power align, impossibilities crumble. Resources appear, doors open, not because of magic, but because you're operating as you were designed to at full capacity in your intended direction. Plus, your power finds its highest expression in your purpose. Discover one and you unleash the other. Because the problems facing you right now aren't meant to destroy you. They're meant to reveal you. Every obstacle contains a hidden gift. It shows you strengths you never knew you had. Most people pray for easier lives. They beg for smaller problems and smoother paths. But the truth, your greatest growth never happens on easy streets. It happens when you face what seems impossible and push through anyway. That job loss that terrified you. It might force you to finally start the business you've always dreamed about. The relationship that ended painfully. It might clear space for someone who truly values you. The project that failed publicly, it might teach you the exact lesson you need for your next set. Problems reveal your hidden strengths. Until you face that financial crisis, you'll never know your creativity in finding solutions. Until you face that health challenge, you'll never discover your incredible resilience. Until you face that criticism, you'll never build unshakable confidence. Life's difficulties aren't random punishments. They're targeted teachers. Each one comes with a specific lesson designed to prepare you for your next level. The obstacle is the way forward. The very thing blocking your path contains the lesson you need to advance. Stop seeing problems as punishment. Start seeing them as preparation. Every great success story includes chapters of difficulty. Behind every overnight success are years of unseen struggles. The champion faced defeats. The millionaire faced bankruptcy. The influencer faced rejection. What separates them from others? They didn't let problems define them. They let problems develop. The current struggle isn't unique. Others have faced similar or worse challenges and emerged stronger. Their secret wasn't avoiding pain, but transforming it. Think about the strongest people you know. Did they develop that strength during comfortable times, or was it forged in their most difficult seasons? Strength grows under resistance, not under ease. Will try to break, you will ultimately make you. The weight attempting to crush you is actually building your muscles. The fire threatening to destroy you is actually refining you. The storm trying to uproot you is actually deepening your roots. Pain transformed becomes power. Suffering redirected becomes strength. Challenges conquered become credentials for your future. Stop asking, why is this happening to me? Start asking, what can this teach me? The first question leaves you stuck as a victim. The second propels you forward as a victor. Your obstacles aren't blocking your destiny. They're building your capacity to fulfill it. The size of your problems often indicates the size of your future. Small destiny, small problems. Big destiny, big problems. Welcome challenges as evidence of your potential. If you weren't capable, your greatest victories await on the other side of your greatest obstacles. Your thoughts create your reality. Not in some magical way, but in the most practical sense possible. What you consistently think shapes what you consistently do, and what you consistently do creates. Most people live with mental software they never installed themselves. Their thoughts come from parents, teachers, friends, media, absorbed without question. These thoughts run in the background like computer programs, determining actions and outcomes without conscious choice. The most dangerous thoughts, they hide in assumptions. People like me don't succeed at things like that, or I'm just not good with money, or I always mess up relationships. These beliefs feel like facts, but they're actually choices. Your brain believes what you tell it repeatedly. Tell it you're incapable, and it finds evidence to support that claim. Tell it you're powerful, and it starts noticing opportunities it previously ignored. Your self-image functions as your personal thermostat. Set it low, and whenever success exceeds that setting, you'll unconsciously sabotage yourself to return to your comfort zone. Set it high, and your actions automatically adjust to reach that new standard. What you focus on expands in your life. Focus on lacks and limitations, they multiply. Focus on possibilities and progress, they grow instead. This isn't wishful thinking, it's selective attention. Your brain processes millions of pieces of information daily, but only brings to your awareness what you've trained it to value. The good news: you can reprogram your mind. Limiting beliefs can be replaced with empowering ones through consistent, intentional thought patterns. Start by becoming aware of your current thoughts. Listen to your internal dialogue. What messages repeat throughout your day? What do you tell yourself when facing challenges, when considering opportunities? Then challenge those thoughts. Is this absolutely true? Where did I learn this? Does believing this serve my growth? Replace limiting thoughts with empowering alternatives. Not with empty affirmations, but with statements that stretch you while remaining believable. I can't becomes I'm learning how. This is impossible becomes this is challenging but solvable. Your words matter too. Their thoughts made audible. Stop saying, I'll try when you can say I will. Stop describing your dreams as hopefully someday when you can claim them as my current project. Guard your mental environment fiercely. Surround yourself with voices that reinforce your potential, not your limitations. Feed your mind daily with ideas that expand your thinking. The mind convinced of its power becomes powerful. Change your thinking and you change everything. Stop blaming others for where you are right now. Stop pointing at your background, your boss, your spouse, the economy, or the government. Those factors influenced your life. They didn't determine it. Your life today reflects your past choices, not your past circumstances. Two people face identical situations and create completely different outcomes. The difference isn't in what happened to them, but how they responded to what happened. You are the author of your story, not the only influence, but the primary one. When you blame others, you give away your power to change the plot. You become a character in someone else's narrative rather than the writer of your own. Taking responsibility feels heavy at first. It means admitting that you contributed to your problems. It means acknowledging that waiting for rescue is wasting time. It means facing the uncomfortable truth that no one is coming to save you. But this apparent burden is actually freedom. When you accept that you created your current reality through your choices, you gain the power to create a different reality through better choices. Responsibility is the gateway to possibility. Your response to circumstances determines your future far more than the circumstances themselves. Life will always throw unexpected challenges your way. You can't control that, but you can control how you interpret and react to those challenges. Many people live as victims, waiting for their situations to improve before they will. They say, when my boss appreciates me, I'll work harder, or when I have more time, I'll get healthy, or when I feel confident, I'll start my business. This backwards thinking keeps them stuck. Powerful people say, I'll work so when my boss can't ignore me, or I'll make health a priority despite my schedule, or I'll start my business and let confidence follow action. The moment you shift from excuses to ownership, your life changes direction. Energy previously spent justifying problems now fuels creating solutions. Creativity replaces complaint. Progress replaces paralysis. Own your mistakes. Own your choices. Own your circumstances. Own your responses. Own your life. When you take complete responsibility, you gain complete power to change anything that isn't working. No more excuses. Your life, your responsibility, your power. The fear you feel isn't your enemy. It's energy waiting to be channeled. Every time fear rises within you, it brings a surge of adrenaline, heightened awareness, and increased capacity. Exactly what you need to take significant action. Most people misunderstand fear. They think brave people don't feel afraid. The truth. Everyone feels fear when pushing boundaries. Courage isn't the absence of fear. It's advancing despite it. The champion feels fear before the competition. The entrepreneur feels fear before launching. The speaker feels fear before addressing. What separates extraordinary achievers isn't fearlessness. It's their relationship with fear. Average people let fear stop them. Exceptional people let fear fuel them. Your comfort zone is the greatest threat to your potential. Inside it, you're safe but stagnant. Growth happens only when you step beyond familiar territory into uncertainty. The moment discomfort rises, you found the exact place you need to be. Every meaningful achievement in human history began with someone facing fear. The first person to sail beyond sight of land. The first to challenge an unjust system. The first to attempt what experts deemed impossible. All felt terror, all moved forward anyway. The size of your fear often indicates the size of your assignment. Small fears signal small growth opportunities. Massive fears point to massive potential breakthroughs. When something scares you, it's usually worth pursuing. Risk is simply the price of growth. No risk, no expansion. The question isn't whether you'll face risk. It's whether the potential growth justifies the specific risk involved. Calculate carefully, then step forward boldly. Fear appears in many disguises. It masquerades as being realistic. It hides behind waiting for the right time. It pretends to be careful planning that never ends. Learn to recognize fear regardless. The fears you run from follow you. The fears you face fade behind you. Each time you confront fear, it loses power over you. Each victory builds confidence for the next challenge. Let's start with small fears. Build your courage muscles gradually. Speak up in meetings when you'd rather stay silent. Initiate conversations when you'd prefer anonymity. Request opportunities instead of waiting to be noticed. Tackle bigger fears. Apply for positions that stretch your qualifications. Invest in ventures that require faith. Create work that risks criticism. With each step beyond comfort, your capacity expands. Feeling fear isn't failure. Surrendering to fear is. Let fear point you toward growth opportunities, then use its energy to power through them. Discipline creates freedom. This sounds contradictory, but it's profoundly true. Without discipline, you become a slave to your moods, impulses, and circumstances. With discipline, you gain control over your time, health. Freedom isn't doing whatever you feel like in the moment. Real freedom is building a life where your outside reality matches your inner vision. Most people search for the dramatic, life-changing action that will instantly transform their situation. They overlook the incredible power of small, daily actions repeated consistently. Your life is built through your daily routine. The person who exercises for 20 minutes daily outperforms the weekend warrior. The entrepreneur who works on their business every day, even briefly, outruns the occasional hustler. Consistency outperforms talent every time. The world is filled with gifted failures, people with tremendous natural abilities who never develop the habits to support their potential. Meanwhile, those with average talents but extraordinary consistency rise to the top of every field. Talent creates opportunities, but consistency capitalizes on them. Knowledge alone isn't power. Applied knowledge becomes power. Many mistake information for transformation. They read books, attend seminars, and collect degrees without implementing what they learn. The slightest action outweighs the greatest intention. One implemented idea creates more growth than 100 ideas admired but unknown. Character is the foundation of lasting success. Without integrity, other accomplishments eventually collapse. Skills might get you to the top, but character keeps you there. People of character make decisions based on values rather than convenience. They do what's right when nobody's watching. They keep promises even when circumstances change. Self-discipline isn't deprivation. It's deciding what matters most. It's sacrificing what you want now for what you want more. Each time you follow through on commitments to yourself, you build trust in your abilities. Each time you choose long-term benefit over immediate gratification, you strengthen your path for success. Leaves clues. Study those who've achieved what you desire. Their principles typically apply across different fields and eras. Adapt their methods to your unique situation rather than trying to reinvent success from scratch. Maintain standards that exceed requirements. Average people meet expectations. Powerful people exceed them. Doing more than what's required separates you from the crowd and creates opportunities others never see. Embrace difficulty as development. Easy tasks. Build no strength. The resistance you're fighting is precisely what's building your capacity. The heavier the weight, the stronger the muscle. Value is currency in any economy. Become obsessed with creating value rather than extracting it. The marketplace rewards problem solvers abundantly. The depth of your service determines the height of your success. Is paid with persistence prevails. Most people overestimate what they can accomplish in a year and underestimate what they can achieve in a decade. Success takes longer than expected, but arrives suddenly after consistent effort. These principles aren't complicated, but they're challenging. Their power comes not from knowing them, but from living them, not occasionally, not when convenient, but consistently across all areas of life. You must see it before you see it, or you'll never see it. This isn't mystical thinking. It's practical reality. Everything created by human hands first existed as a mental picture. The building you're sitting in, the device you're reading on, the organization you work for, all began as visions in someone's mind before becoming physical reality. Your future is created twice. First, in your imagination, then in your circumstances. The clearer your mental picture, the more precise your results will be. Vague goals produce vague outcomes. Detailed visions create detailed reality. Goals give focus to your energy. Without clear targets, your efforts scatter across too many priorities. With specific aims, your mind automatically filters opportunities, directing your limited time and resources toward what matters most. Thus, the power of a written vision cannot be overstated. Something transformative happens when you transfer your mental picture onto paper. Ideas become commitments. Fuzzy dreams become focused plans. Write down your vision with such clarity that someone else could understand exactly what you intend to create. A clear vision pulls you through difficult times. When obstacles arise, and they always do, most people retreat to safety, but those with compelling visions push through resistance because what they're moving toward matters more than what they're moving through. Your vision doesn't need to impress others, but it must captivate you. It should wake you early and keep you working late. It should make your heart race when you think about it. If your vision doesn't excite you, it won't sustain you. Exercise your vision beyond your current capabilities. If your goal only requires the abilities you already possess, it's too small. A powerful vision demands growth. It forces you to become more than you currently are. Do not confuse vision with daydreaming. Daydreams have no deadlines. Visions have timelines, action plans, and accountability. Dreams feel good. Visions compel. Your vision must connect to purpose. When personal talent aligns with meaningful impact, power multiplies. Ask not just what you want to achieve, but why it matters beyond yourself. The distance between your current reality and your vision isn't just a gap. It's your growth path. Each step closing that gap transforms you into the person capable of living your vision. Your network determines your net worth. This applies not just financially, but in every area of life. The 5 people you spend most time with shape your thinking, habits, and opportunities more than any other external factor. These standards become your standards. Their limitations often become yours. Strategic relationships accelerate your growth exponentially. One conversation with the right mentor can save you years of trial and error. One introduction to the right partner can open doors that will otherwise remain closed. 1 hour with someone who has mastered what you're learning can eliminate months of frustration. Find mentors who have what you want. Not people who talk about success, but those who've actually achieved it. Pay attention not just to their advice, but to their actions. Often what they do teaches more than what they say. True mentors don't just share information. They share their thinking process. Your relationship circle needs both supporters and challengers. Supporters believe in you when you don't believe in yourself. Challenges push you beyond comfortable mediocrity. Both are essential. Too many supporters without challengers leads to stagnation. Too many challengers without supporters leads to burnout. You give value to receive value. The strongest relationships aren't transactional, but they are reciprocal. Don't approach influential people asking what they can do for you. Ask what you can do for them. Provide solutions, not requests. Offer assistance, not just admiration. No one succeeds alone. Behind every self-made success story stands an invisible team of supporters, mentors, partners, and peers who made it possible. Acknowledge this reality and actively build your team. Some relationships drain your power. Others multiply it. Learn to distinguish between them. Distance yourself from chronic complainers, cynics, and dream killers. Their limiting beliefs become contagious if you remain too close for too long. The quality of your questions determines the quality of your relationships. Ask thoughtful questions that demonstrate genuine interest. Listen more than you speak. Remember details about others' lives and projects. Relationships are investments, not expenses. The time you dedicate to building meaningful connections delivers returns far exceeding other users of those hours. Your greatest opportunities will likely come through people you know, not through solo efforts. Self-power multiplies through purposeful partnerships with the right people. Your life has infinite potential waiting to be unleashed. You were created with abilities far beyond what you've demonstrated so far. The gap between who you are and who you could be is filled only with decisions you haven't yet made. Start today, not tomorrow, not when conditions improve, not when you feel more ready. Now, this moment, the perfect moment to begin, never arrives because beginnings are rarely comfortable. Take one action today that moves you toward your vision, no matter how small it seems. Your future self is waiting for your saviors from now. You will surely arrive. The question is like which you will show up. The one who played small, made excuses, and settled for less. Or the one who embraced their power, faced their fears, and pursued their purpose relentlessly. The world needs what only you can give. Your unique combination of talents, experiences, insights, and passion exists in no one else. When you hold back, you rob others of the contribution only you can make. Your greatness isn't self-serving. It's your gift to humanity. Don't die with your music still inside you. Don't reach the end with your best works uncreated, your deepest love unexpressed, your highest service unrendered. The tragedy isn't failing while trying. It's never trying at all. Rise up and become who you were born to be. Step fully into your power. Stop asking permission to be great. Stop waiting for perfect circumstances. Stop doubting the gifts you've been given. Nothing changes until you change. No one is coming to discover you, rescue you, or fulfill your dreams for you. The responsibility is yours. But so, the person who started reading this is not the same as the person finishing it. You've been reminded of truths you've always known deep inside. Now comes the only question that matters. What will you do with your power?